Good morning. I hope everybody's doing great. It's Dr. McIntosh here with some instructional soul food for thought. It's that time, another week and another opportunity to embark on something great. So, this week I want to talk about the 4-4-4, okay? I know like at Wendy's sometimes, or the special that they have now is talking about the 4-for-4, where you get 4 items for $4. But when applied to the classroom, we're speaking of utilizing 4 walls in 4 different ways. One way that we can use our walls explicitly is to give scholars an opportunity to get up out of their seats, to move around, but at the same time, it informs our instruction. So one thing that I could think of is if we utilized our walls, all 4 walls in a classroom, we could do it as a progress monitoring tool. Maybe we've taught a lesson and we're completed that lesson, but we want to check for understanding to see if scholars are ready for that independent practice and our gradual release, or if, in fact, we may need to go ahead and have a reteach opportunity at the teacher table, or if we're having just a couple of scholars that are still struggling to grasp that concept. And so what I have here for you, and I will send this to you via email, are 4 maybe understanding markers, and then you could divide that maybe in the classroom, however you see fit, speaking to the correct audience that you have of scholars and their age and reading concept and understanding. And so wall 1 could represent, I understand what we're learning. Wall 2 could be, I understand and can explain to others what we're learning. Number 3 could be, I understand what we're learning a little, but I still want to spend a little time with this lesson. And number 4 would be, I do not understand what we're learning. And so by this would inform our instruction and decision making in regards to how we progress. Second option, if we simply have A, B, C, and D, each wall representing a different letter. And so scholars could swiftly stand by the correct letter. Let's say if you are doing a review session and it's multiple choice with 4 answer questions. I know that we're coming up on spring testing, and so with that in mind, knowing that we can utilize reviews or daily warm-ups, we could pose a question to our class and then have them maybe perhaps get up and swiftly go and stand up underneath the answer selection, whether it's A, B, C, or D. And, you know, if you've already had opportunity, I know many of us use like Kahoot and other, projects or other learning platforms. That'd be a great way. Have that question up and then those 4 answers and the classroom label A, B, C, and D, 1 letter for each wall, and have scholars stand in front of the correct answer choice. And so that's just a great way to get them up, get them moving, because they love to move and not really wanting to sit down for those extended period of time. Additionally, we could talk about, as we're paving the way moving forward into February, we know that we are entering into our Living Museum with Black History Month. And so creating that, we are going to be working extensively in communities. And so we could divide the classroom up utilizing each wall. Community 1, 2, 3, and 4. And so just a quick way for scholars to maybe have a responsibility for what that learning outcome would be for that particular day. You're able to give scholars an opportunity to get up, maybe stand by the appropriate letter for the community that they're going to be working with, or the number, if you will, if you go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's just a quick way for scholars to get up, move about, and quickly get themselves into their learning communities for group work. And so, in my mind, just knowing that our scholars are so energetic, they love that. And so giving them that opportunity really speaks to really just, maximizing that academic learning time. And then the 4th way would be if we are going to do some differentiated instruction. And so knowing that at your teacher table, other interventions that are in classroom, knowing that maybe I've already grouped my scholars before the day on what I'm going to be working with them on, at my table. And so knowing that, let's say I've got a really, really high, strong group and I'm going to be working on some strategies with them. And then I've got a group that I know that I've really got to be intentional and really kind of go back in. Maybe I'm doing a reteach. It may be the second or the third time to grasp and ensure that scholars have this concept down. So I'm going to have maybe a sewing group 1 and they stand by one wall, sewing group 2, sewing group 3, and sewing group 4. And so knowing that, that would help us go ahead and quickly get everybody ready for those learning centers, station times, and then we would quickly be able to get everybody where they need to go. And then perhaps in your mind, you've already gotten, okay, I know what I'm going to be doing for sewing group 1. I know what 2 is going to be doing, 3 and 4. And so as they change, then at your table, you're changing those different lessons or those different strategies that you're going to employ for them for that time. So once again, it's been Instructional Soul Food for Thought. We will have a blessed week. I believe that, and I believe in you. Take care.